Welcome back to this channel. Nigeria is standing on a time bomb. A country created by force, held together by fear, and now collapsing under its own weight. And just when the people are beginning to lose hope. A respected Yoruba elder, statesman, Chief Tola Adeniyi, dropped a statement that has shaken the foundation of this fragile union. He declared boldly, without fear, Nigeria will break up and Biafra will come. These are not ordinary words. They are powerful because they are not coming from an Igbo man, not from IPOB, and not from Nnamdi Kanu. They are coming from a Yoruba chief, a man who has been part of Nigerian system, a man who understands the hidden truths that ordinary people cannot see. What makes this even more shocking is that his words had a direct echo. Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, the leader of Biafra in 1967, and the same cry Nnamdi Kanu has been making from detention for years. So why would a Yoruba elder confirm what Ojukwu once said? What is history repeating itself? And what does this mean for the survivor of Nigeria in 2025 and beyond? Stay with me as we unfold this mystery.
Did the Igbos miscalculate at some point in the history of Nigeria?
No. Well, as far as the war was concerned, it wasn't miscalculation. Although the war was not necessary, they shouldn't have gone to war. But they were provoked. Igbos had no choice but to go to the war. They had no choice other than to fight to defend it, to defend the humanity. I supported Ojukwu 1000%. They were pushed to the wall. They had to fight. They had to create their own country by fire, by force.
Do you think there should be Biafra?
Of course. Of course. Of course. Why did I go and visit my Nsegbu's mother? Why did I go to the east for my honeymoon? Why did I go to Lagos or go to somewhere else to do my honeymoon after marriage?
You went to the house of Chinua Achebe?
Yeah, I went to Chinua Achebe in Nsukka University. I spent a night there. I went to Mazi, the author, what's his name now? He was president of youth movement. He lived somewhere close to Enugu. You know, I went to see him. I spent a night there.
Will Biafra come?
It will come. I mean, Nigeria is going to break up. Nobody can do anything about it. Nobody.
Why are you so certain about it?
Because I know it will happen. No country operated the way Nigeria has been operated can survive. It's not possible. All the rogues who are running the country down, who are doing all sorts of things they are doing now, will pass away. They will not be there forever.
Did you hear that? That was not an angry youth. That was not an IPOB spokesman. That was a Yoruba chief, respected across Nigeria, admitting what many in power already know, but cannot say it in public. The union called Nigeria is finished. And if you think this is just another random opinion, wait till you see how this statement ties directly to Ojukwu 1967 warning, how it connects with Nnamdi Kanu's prophecy, and how it reflects the pain of millions of Nigerians today. Watch till the very end, because what you are about to hear will open your eyes to why Nigeria is collapsing, why Biafra cannot be stopped, and why even Yoruba elders are now admitting the truth the government feared the most. Tola Adeniyi explosive statement. Chief Tola Adeniyi is not a radical, he is not an agitator, he is the street, he is a Yoruba elder, a respected intellectual, a writer, and someone who has worked closely with Nigeria's power structure for decades. When a man like this stand up and say Nigeria will break up and Biafra will come, the whole country must listen. His words are explosive because they appear through the lies of unity that politicians keep preaching. For years, the government has sold the story that Nigeria is indivisible, that nothing can tear it apart. But the truth is clear. Insecurity is tearing it apart. Poverty is tearing it apart. Ethnic domination is tearing it apart. Adeniyi simply said what millions of Nigerians whisper in private but fear to say in public. This statement is also a slap in the face of those who call Biafra agitation a joke. If a Yoruba chief can boldly admit that Nigeria's breakup is invisible, it means the struggle is no longer just an Igbo issue. It has become a national reality, and that is why this statement is shaking the country like an earthquake. Echoes of Ojukwu's warning. In 1967, when Ojukwu declared Biafra, he made a powerful speech. He said Nigeria was nothing but a forced marriage created by the British. He said such a union could never survive because it was built on lies, oppression, and blood. Many dismiss him as a rebel, but history has proven his words true. Now, almost 60 years later, Chief Tola Adeniyi, a Yoruba man, is repeating the same truth. It is as if Ojukwu voice is speaking through him. That is why his statement is so powerful. It connects the past with the present. Ojukwu was demonized. Millions of Igbo people were killed during the Biafra war. Yet, the Nigeria Ojukwu warned about is collapsing before our eyes. In 2025, insecurity, tribal politics, and corruption are destroying the country. Adeniyi's words are a reminder that Ojukwu was right all along. And if Ojukwu was right, then it means Nnamdi Kanu is right now. Nnamdi Kanu's prophecy fulfilled. For more than a decade, Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting, Nigeria will break up, Biafra must come. He has been mocked, insulted, arrested, tortured, and held in detention. Yet, his words are becoming reality. Chief Tola Adeniyi's statement is proof that Kanu is not mad. He is not a troublemaker. He is a man who saw the future, and that future is now here. Kanu has always said Nigeria cannot survive because the foundation is faulty. Now, even Yoruba elders are confirming the same. This is why the Nigeria government is so afraid of Kanu. They know his words are not empty. They know he has touched the truth that can no longer be hidden. By keeping him in detention, they thought they could silence him. But history is proving him right. Even his enemies are now saying his words. Kanu prophecy is being fulfilled in our very eyes. Why a Yoruba elder is speaking out? Some may ask, why would a Yoruba man say such a thing? After all, the Yoruba are not part of Biafra. They have their own interests. But the truth is simple. Even the Yoruba are now feeling the heat. Bandits are killing in the north. Kidnappers are terrorizing the west. Herdsmen are destroying farms. Poverty is everywhere. Even the Yoruba, who are often held position of power, now see that Nigeria is heading toward disaster. Chief Adeniyi's words are not about supporting Biafra directly. They are about facing reality. He has seen enough in his lifetime to know that Nigeria cannot continue this way. His statement is not just for the Igbo people. It is a national cry. And that is why it is so important. Because when truth comes from outside your own camp, it carries more weight. A Yoruba elder saying Biafra will come is a sign that the truth can no longer be denied. The failed Nigeria experiment. Nigeria is not a natural country. It is an artificial creation. The British forced different nations, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, TV, Ijo, into one state. Without their consent, from day one, the union was doomed. Ojukwu called it a forced marriage. Nnamdi Kanu called it a zoo. Chief Adeniyi now call it a failed project. They are all saying the same thing in different ways. Nigeria is an experiment that has failed. For 64 years after independence, the government has tried everything: military rule, civilian rule, federalism, restructuring promises, but nothing has worked. Instead, corruption deepens, insecurity spread, and hate grows. The Nigeria project has failed to give its people peace, justice, or unity. When Adeniyi said Nigeria will break up, he was simply acknowledging the truth. The experiment has failed, and like every failed experiment, it is only a matter of time before it collapses completely. Why the government fears Biafra? The Nigeria government fear the word Biafra more than anything else. They fear it because it represents freedom. It represents the end of control. It represents the death of their power. Why do you think they keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention without proper trial? Why do you think they send soldiers into the east? It is because they know Biafra is the biggest threat to their power. Chief Adeniyi's statement is dangerous to them because it shows Biafra is not just an Igbo dream. It is becoming a Nigeria reality. When the Yoruba elders say Biafra will come, it means the truth has escaped their grip. This is why they fear Biafra. It is not just about oil. It is about the fact that once one group breaks, three others will follow. It will expose Nigeria as a prison of a nation, and the government will lose its power forever. The Igbo sacrifice and the silence of leaders. The Igbo have paid the highest price in Nigeria. They were massacred in the north before the war. They lost millions of lives during the Biafra war. They have been politically marginalized for decades. And now their leader Nnamdi Kanu is being held in detention. Yet, despite all this sacrifice, many Igbo politicians have remained silent, afraid of losing their positions. This silence has hurt the people deeply. But when Chief Adeniyi, a Yoruba elder, speaks boldly, it exposes the cowardice of those who should be defending their people. The Igbo sacrifice is not in vain. Every drop of blood shed, every life lost has built the foundation of a truth that can no longer be silenced. Adeniyi's words are proof of this, that even outsiders now see what Igbo people have suffered for decades. The silence of some leaders cannot bury the truth anymore. Why this matters in 2025? Chief Adeniyi's words are not from the past. They are not from the 1960s or 90s. They are from 2025 today. That makes them even more important. Nigeria is at its weakest point in history. The economy is collapsing. Inflation is killing families. Insecurity has spread from north to south. Every ethnic group is crying out. Nigeria is not one nation anymore. It is a battlefield of tribes and interests. That is why his statement matters. It is not prophecy, it is reality. Ojukwu won. Kanu shouted. Adeniyi has now confirmed, and the sign around us prove it every day. 2025 is not just another year. It is the turning point. Nigeria is sitting on a volcano, and Adeniyi's words are like the smoke rising before the eruption. This matters because it tells us the breakup is closer than we think. The countdown to Biafra. Every great change in history comes with a countdown. Apathy, the fall of dictatorship, Nigeria is now in that same countdown. Chief Adeniyi's statement is not just words. It is a signpost that the countdown has entered its final stage. The same truth spoken by Ojukwu in 1967 and Nnamdi in 2015 is now being echoed by a Yoruba elder in 2025. That means the truth is complete. The question is no longer if Nigeria will break, but when. The clock is ticking. Every day of insecurity, each day of corruption, each day of oppression bring the break up closer. Adeniyi's words are like the alarm clock ringing at the end of a long night. The countdown to Biafra has already begun and nothing can stop it. Why you must pay attention? Viewers, understand this. Chief Tola Adeniyi's words are not ordinary. They are not random. They are reflection of a reality that Nigeria's ruler tried to hide. If a Yoruba elder can stand up and say Biafra will come, then it means the truth has escaped their control. This is why you must pay attention, because what is coming will affect everyone. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Ijo, TV, Nigeria breakup will reshape everything. Those who are prepared will survive. Those who ignore it will be swept away. This is not hate speech. It is not division. It is reality. Ojukwu saw it. Nnamdi Kanu cried out. Adeniyi has confirmed it. Nigeria is at the end of the road. So the question is, are you ready? Now you have heard the Yoruba elder, the echo of Ojukwu, and the prophecy of Nnamdi Kanu, all aligning into one truth. Nigeria's breakup is only a matter of time. This video is for educational commentary only. It does not promote violence or hate against any group. Our aim is to analyze political events and share information with the public. Do you believe this is the final stage of Nigeria collapse, or do you think the government can still stop it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video, share it widely, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next explosive update.